Today we've got some big news on some huge updates coming to the Quest and the Quest 2 platform, plus a whole bunch more. Let's jump in. After months and months, nay years, it seems, asking for a specific feature, it's finally coming. Multi-user accounts is finally coming to the Quest platform, and it's coming to the Quest 2 next month. The initial launch of this feature is launching on the Quest 2 as an experimental feature, and Oculus says that they will later roll it out to all Quest users. According to the official release in the developer blog, it says to start, a primary account holder can add up to 3 secondary accounts and enable app sharing on a single device. Yes, you heard it. It's not just multi-user, it's also app sharing on devices, which means that if you've got multiple users using your Quest, you can switch between users and you can each have saved games of your own. That means no more having to worry about someone screwing up your Population 1 record. The blog also says with these features, the primary account holder will be able to add secondary accounts to their device and share the apps they purchase with these secondary accounts. Not only will this enable safe sharing, but game progress and achievements will be personalized and saved separately for each account. This is really big for a lot of people, especially households that only have one Quest device, whether it's a Quest 1 or a Quest 2. This will allow you now to have 4 different profiles, a primary account, and 3 secondary accounts that share applications. The blog says, we expect an increasing number of households to have multiple Quest devices, so the app sharing feature will later expand to allow a primary account holder to share their purchases across 3 devices. As we receive consumer and developer feedback, we may adjust the number of devices and secondary accounts as necessary. This is a big deal as well. As of right now, you can log into the same account on multiple devices, and there are certain games you can play online. With this new feature, it sounds like you'll be able to log into more than one device with the same account and use app sharing with different profiles and play against each other or with each other in online games that don't support that, like Onward or Population 1. Now, there are some caveats to this. They do have to have a Facebook account to log into that secondary account because it uses Facebook logins to switch between accounts. Also, if a secondary account holder purchases an application or content, it does not become available to the primary account holder. Purchases need to be made by the primary account if you want it shared across all secondary accounts. It does also say that an Oculus user who enables app sharing can log into multiple devices simultaneously, but cannot run the same app with their account on more than one device at a time. Different accounts can run the shared app simultaneously, subject to the device limitations mentioned above. That sounds like same account multiplayer may no longer work the way we know it moving forward once this update hits. It's possible it disables the ability to actually play against yourself essentially at the same time, but it should unlock the ability to play against another user. So as long as you have a secondary account, once they open that up for other devices, you should be able to, at least it sounds like you should be able to, play against each other online using the same game, just different accounts, one primary and a secondary. That's what it sounds like to me. I could be 100% wrong. There are some things we don't know about this, but it's a step in the right direction to be able to actually have multiple users per device and then eventually have multiple devices logged into the same primary account. Another huge thing coming very soon, we don't know exactly when, is the Quest distribution platform designed for non-store applications. Andrew Bosworth, or Boz as he is known, spoke to The Verge, said that he was very excited and that the status on that platform is that it's coming much sooner than people think. This was something that was announced last year as a separate ecosystem existing within the Quest and Quest 2 platforms for developers to get their content to Quest users without having to sideload. In other words, this allows developers of applications and games that don't make the cut for the official Quest store to have an option to get their applications to users without them having to sideload, which is a huge barrier for a lot of people, either because they don't have a PC or they don't have the ability or the time to put into actually setting it up. There is some really good stuff on SideQuest, and if you haven't been able to check it out due to limitations or due to not having a PC, according to Andrew Bosworth, it's coming much sooner than we expect it to be. We still don't know much about this platform except that it'll be designed for developers to push builds directly to Quest headsets, bypassing the need for a PC. Beyond that, we don't really know how it's going to work, where you're going to go, what you're going to have to do. It's just going to work. I'm curious to try it out, and as soon as I know more, I will share it with all of you. VRCover is on a roll. They've added even more projects to their line of Quest 2 accessories, and that includes grips for the Quest 2 controllers, which was previously available in other areas but should now be available in Europe as well, along with some Halo controller protectors for the Quest 2 rings. These are silicone protectors, and they do have the holes cut out for the sensors, so they should not interfere with the tracking. On top of that, they've added in an orange and a mint colored silicone cover if you want to add one to your Quest as well. I will put a link down in the description, so if you want to, you can check out what VRCover has to offer. Now let's talk about some games. A lot of people are really excited because Gorn apparently is coming fairly soon to the Quest platform. We don't have a release date as of yet, but it was teased this week with an image of the Quest version of this game on Twitter, and on June 9th, the developer tweeted out that they should be able to announce the release date of Gorn on Quest this coming week, talking about the week we're in right now. And we do actually have a release date for Gorn on the Quest platform, and it's much sooner than you'd think. It's actually January 28th. That means in less than 2 weeks, you could be jumping into Gorn on your Quest. We also got a small tease for a project I have been waiting so badly for a long time, and that is Snowdrift. A lot of people have asked me about this. I have not heard anything on this for more than a year. I talked with the developer for a little bit back just after it was announced. We know very little about this actual game. We've only seen like a couple of quick gameplay clips in the Quest sizzle reel back in 2019 at Oculus Connect, and that seemed to indicate that it was a survival game taking place in a snowy climate. At the time, I reached out to Richard Kidd on Twitter, and he did give me a little bit more information saying that it is a survival game where you crash land and you're the sole survivor in a plane and you have to survive until you're rescued. Aside from that, I don't know anything about it, and most people don't. The tweet was a response to another tweet, and Richard Kidd said, yes, still in dev on SD. We had some slowdowns last year due to COVID, but hoping to launch later this year. We will see. Thanks for asking. So they're still working on it, still plugging away at it. Obviously, a lot of studios ended up with slowdowns based on what happened over the course of last year, which is totally understandable. I do hope they're able to get it out this year, but I don't want them to rush it. I want to get a real, true survival style game on the Quest platform that's really good and native to the Quest platform. Green Hell is coming as a port for the Quest, which is another survival style game, and it looks good, but it is a port from a flat game, and you never really know how well the port is going to come through for VR. So although I'm excited for Green Hell and cautiously optimistic, I'm really excited for Snowdrift being built from the ground up for VR, and I can't wait to check it out when it finally arrives, hopefully later this year. What you're seeing right now is a video that I happened to see on Reddit in the course of doing this video, and I wanted to add it in because it got me pretty excited. There's already a really fun basketball simulation type of game that you hang out with people and shoot hoops in on SideQuest called Gym Class. It's in pre-release, it's in alpha, but it's still fun. This game, though, is a street ball VR game inspired by games like NBA Street and NBA Jam. According to the person posting it, they said, I've been working with a friend the last 3 months to build my dream VR street ball game inspired by NBA Street and NBA Jam. What do you think? Now, to me, this looks like a blast. It's a 1v1 basketball style game. It looks like there's jumping, dunking, hanging on the rim. It's very arcadey, but in a good way. Don't get me wrong, I like realistic simulations, but there's just something to be said about the NBA Jam style type of game with burning basketballs and outrageous dunks. This game looks like it could be a lot of fun if it continues development, and there's supposed to be hopefully a demo coming out in the future for this game, maybe coming to SideQuest. It was hard to tell exactly from the comments. I'll put a link in the description where you can go and sign up for alpha and beta release updates. Make sure you sign up for it if this is of interest at all. Let's show this developer that we are interested in this game, and we want to see a lot of people signed up so they can continue working forward. There you go. There was a quick run through of some of the biggest news and information on the updates coming to the Quest and the Quest 2 Plus, some game information. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to have multiple users on one headset coming next month. I think it'll be a huge benefit to a lot of people, including myself. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there and the bell icon to keep up to date on all things Quest and Quest 2. And you can check out even more of my videos right there. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and happy questing.